Hello and welcome to Network. My name is Siphumelele Zondi with your technology and social media news recap for the year. We'll tell you about some of the tech stories we covered in 2017. If you want to be a part of our technology conversation, then use the hashtag SABC Network. You can also find us on SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. It's newsnetwork at sabc.co.za and email. Let's get to those stories we covered this year. Now, Africans with new tech ideas often don't have a space to pitch these ideas and get funding. Demo Africa identifies them at inception stage. They then invite the ideas they find to be great to exhibit and pitch at an event held in a different part of Africa every year. After success in Nairobi, Lagos and Johannesburg, this year's Demo Africa was held in Ekurhuleni in South Africa. Producer Sandile Hlangani went there.
African tech startups gathered in Johannesburg for the 6th annual Demo Africa conference. This is where young entrepreneurs, mentors and big investors meet to talk about all things tech.
Demo Africa is an initiative. So what we do is every year we go across the continent identifying interesting technology startups. Early stage guys who've just started doing whatever they're doing with technology, bring them together, put a bit of effort into mentorship, connect them with different resources, then we launch them in front of investors.
Many developers are seeking ways to reach customers who use mobile phones to connect to the internet.
I saw people dying from fake and substandard medication, and I wanted to do something about it and be part of the African success story.
Potential investors assembled here know that African economies are among the fastest growing in the world, and every year more Africans are coming online, opening up big opportunities for e-commerce.
Are these ventures, are these innovations, are these technologies worthy of investment? And then the second criteria is going to be investment ready, because even though it may be investment worthy, it may not be ready for investment yet. So the judges have the challenge of trying to decide both.
The Gauteng Department of Small Business Development also intends to use Demo Africa as a way of mobilizing the city's private wealth and to encourage individuals with means to invest in the startups.
It is about commercializing that innovation and also patenting and protecting it such that they can build sustainable businesses out of it and creating a market for them.
Both local and international key industry players such as Microsoft and Lions Africa showed interest in some of the pitches done by small businesses.
As of today, we have been supporting around 100 startups in the continent, and they got technical support from our team, business support, as well as funding, both from Microsoft, and we also help them raise funds outside of the company.
Most of these products are ready to launch as is, but many are still looking for operating partners or funding to get off the ground. With the right resources, it could be that the next Twitter or the next Amazon will come from Africa.
Now, recently, the Seed Stars Africa Conference took place in Maputo in Mozambique. I took my phone to the event. Let's get a recap of what happened there. After meeting many people with Africa's tech solutions, Seed Stars put them in one venue in Maputo in Mozambique, where they could listen to experts, network and pitch their ideas.
Seed Stars is currently the biggest platform and network for entrepreneurs in technology in emerging markets. So we are specifically interested in how do entrepreneurs use technology to solve local, regional or even global issues.
Multimillionaire Lebo Kongoluza has started a digital bank in South Africa. He spoke to the entrepreneurs about his experiences. Miriam Mkonja works with tech startups at Buni Hub in Dar es Salaam. She says support from Tanzanians with money is not great.
Currently, most of the investments that are coming in the country are from people from outside the country. Unfortunately and fortunately, there have been so much support, for instance, from the people from the UK. The Finnish have done a big part in the innovation ecosystem.
From Nigeria, Vivian Nwaka pitched her online marketplace for medication. This is because of the availability of fake medication in the country.
In the US, I help start up home healthcare agencies.
of school and went to Lagos for the first time ever just to complete an internship. And within the first month, my friend died from taking a fake malaria pill.
Pitches included a Ghanaian app for people to use mobile money to pay church tithes, a water-saving solution from Rwanda, an insurance initiative from Mozambique, and farming technology from Mali. Now, 2017 has also been a year of highlighting the gaming industry in South Africa. Gamers have complained about slow internet speeds that make it difficult for them to compete with fellow gamers from the rest of the world. But African gamers continue to collaborate and compete. This year, the Goethe Institute hosted 25 international developers over a week to exchange ideas and create new games at the Game Mixer.
Bringing together 30 international game developers, the Game Jam is a celebration of gaming innovation and culture. Hosted by the Goethe Institute, Game Jam aims to promote professional exchange between game developers from around the world.
For us, it's just interesting to engage with the gaming sector. First of all, because we think it's a very interesting creative expression. It's an art form in many ways. It's not just entertainment. And we think there are many interesting stories that can be told with games. And secondly, gaming is also a very important part of the creative industries and actually a job generator as well. So as part of our engagement with the creative industries, we're interested in engaging with the gaming sector.
Even though gaming may not contribute the largest portion to a country's GDP, however, game developer Linda Cruz from Germany believes it helps breed problem solving, creates strong social bonds, and improves the quality of life. South African game designer Jeff Rush developed a game that allows communities to learn about the importance of spatial problems of informal settlement in the Western Cape.
And we partnered up with a company, NGO, Ikailami, and they focus on reblocking townships. As you know, it's like an emergent settlement. You know, there's not proper roads, there's not proper infrastructure. And you know, in Western Cape, we've had lots of fires, township fires, and then what must happen? It's hard to get to people. Where's the place that the point of origin is? So what Ikailami specializes doing is reblocking these settlements. And we partnered up with them because we find technology is a great way to kind of get a lot of data from people.
Mzito, a 2D follow platform adventure game for mobile platform, is a simple game centered around cultural and semi-fictional characters that are chosen by ancient African spirits. It's from a Kenyan company called Wiza.
Mzito in Swahili means heavy or heavy, but when we use it, it means to be heavy with something, heavy with wisdom, heavy with learning, heavy with power, heavy with potential. And as Mzito, you're sort of like the chosen one, chosen with a lot of potential. So that's what we try to convey with the word Mzito. And you're sort of this chosen person, and you have to go through this epic journey around Africa to sort of save Africa, sort of unite it and chase away this dark corruption that has darkened our continent.
In its third year, the Game Mixer program seeks to mix up the international game development scene even further. Its finale will be a game jam where participants will have the opportunity to familiarize themselves with each other's works.
And after the break, we will revisit some of our interviews from the last year. Remember, it is SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. News Network at sabc.co.za on email. Stay with us. It is SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. News Network at sabc.co.za on email. Thank you very much for staying with us. Now, this year, we had various visitors who came to discuss many issues. We spoke about digital banking with Aza Bank co-founder Lebo Gunguluza. We also chatted about tech youth support. Let's start with Nelly Ngolana telling us about social media for children.
It's useful that kids get to engage with technology at an early age. No, because it is hard to actually police and monitor what your kids get access to and what they see. Even though, I mean, they say that there are parental controls and things like that. As a parent, I mean, as a parent myself, I know that I'm not able to constantly check on what my daughter's looking at on her phone all the time. I certainly wouldn't be able to be there approving every single friend every single time she wants to. I mean, it's not a realistic thing to think that you could monitor it. So it's a yes and a no.
What would the problem be with kids being on social media?
The problem is that I think it's not so much as the kids themselves, it's so much what's out there in the world. I mean, I think it's a societal problem that is just not unique to social media or technology. We know that we don't live in a safe world. And also a lot of these social media networks, for example, like YouTube and Facebook, they use a lot of they have a lot of automation that happens. So it's very much a kind of like algorithm-based way of generating content. So some unwanted bits of content do seep through. I know that's a challenge that on YouTube Kids they've had, where kids get to see creepy, like violent videos.
Let's talk about that, because YouTube does have a similar platform that targets kids. What's this creepy, violent content you're talking about? What actually happens?
So, for example, you know, a child will be watching a, you know, normal Disney-like video, you know, that's meant to be kid-friendly, and then all of a sudden, you know, it becomes a killing spree and all of that. So you can't really control those kinds of things.
On Youth Day, we spoke about tech startup support.
I want to believe that young people are getting the support that they need, but it is not at the scale that is required to make meaningful and significant change and a meaningful dent when it comes to youth unemployment across South Africa.
What's happening out there? You're saying that there is the support, but what is there?
So there are models where currently companies as well as NGOs and universities are working together to establish incubators, and young businesses or businesses that are owned by youth are actually being incubated through these organizations. So as Accenture, we work currently with a network of about 8 partners, and those partners are both incubators as well as skills development training partners, specifically for job placement for young people within the ICT industry. So when you look at the incubators, the role that we really play as Accenture is also over and above the technical support that they are getting. We pair each of the young businesses that bud out of the system with an Accenture business mentor that walks the journey with them to ensure that they're moving from ideation right up to then going to business, supporting them and enabling them to actually get funding for their business ideas, helping them with their pricing, and mentoring them really on the softer things that a young and aspiring entrepreneur wouldn't know because they don't have the experience.
Ketiwe, there's often a lot of criticism on the education part of things. Are they getting adequate education in order for them to start thinking that way, to start thinking about tech innovation?
So there is, I want to confirm and I think want to agree with you fully. Our education system does have a lot of gaps, you know, so I really believe that for us to have a meaningful impact, we need to start the education from primary school level. There should be exposure around technology, entrepreneurship, you know, the ecosystem from as early as primary school. So the work that we are doing is more playing catch up. So we would work, for an example, with one specific NGO partner, roll out a 4-month training program that is probably NQF4 and NQF5. So the young people get a qualification that is not only something that is a piece of paper, but something that they could take to an employer one day should they decide that, you know what, this entrepreneurship thing is not for me.
We also discussed a new digital bank, Azar.
Young people these days are very, very mobile, and everything happens on your phone. And banks are now literally closing down their branches. They've got fewer and fewer people, and everything is going mobile. So we got exposed to the best technologies in the world to create a better user experience in the banking space. And as a result, we decided to come up with this banking technology and this bank called Azar Bank.
Is that who you're targeting then, young people?
We're targeting, yes, the young people, the millennials, because a millennial would rather go to a dentist than go to a bank manager. You know,
well,
you know
how
it is. Because for them, they feel that it's so painful to stand in that queue and so painful to be sitting there and all this paperwork that they've got to do when everything is mobile these days. So they'd rather get the experience mobile. So we've created a platform and a banking experience whereby they can be learn about financial education directly from their phone. They can set up and open a bank account within 3 minutes directly from their phone, and they can trade and transact immediately after they register and get their banking account.
Well, I'm a millennial. I hate queues. I hate stances.
That's it.
But where are you going to be storing your money then?
Well, we've got a strategic relationship with one of the banks, the bricks and mortar bank. We're very similar to a structure like a Uber structure, whereby you find that Uber, as part of the fourth industrial revolution, is that Uber does not actually own any physical taxis, but they're the biggest taxi company in the world, same as Airbnb. We don't have to own the bricks and mortar banking infrastructure, but we work with structures that have those physical the bricks and mortar structure. So the money does not sit with us, it sits within an escrow account, and the escrow account is the one that's held by a particular bank that's got a particular license. We are the interface between the customer and the bank, and we hold the market. So we drive out there and go out and fetch the market and make sure that that market is serviced at its ultimate without us having to own the physical infrastructure.
Throughout the year, we also asked celebrities what their favorite gadgets were, and here is what some had to say.
Hey, my name is Raphael Griffiths and I cannot live without my cell phone. It's a Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. I know there's an S8 now, but you know, I'll upgrade later on. I can't live with it because not only do I make phone calls, not only am I on social media, but believe it or not, I do my invoices on my cell phone.
Hi guys, some of you know me from Uzalo. I mean, most of you know me from Uzalo. As Intwana Yako, Maklapashe, Intombe Poisa, Konkeloko. Yeah, I'm here to tell you that my favorite gadget is a Huawei P9. Can't tell me anything.
Dumelang Bakwa, hi, this is Lemise Hallworthy or DJ Lemise. And my favorite piece of technology, except for my phone, obviously, is definitely CDJs or any DJ equipment. And I mean, it goes without saying, as a DJ, I make magic with it. So just being able to play music and share a piece of myself through that little box and J is everything.
Hi guys, what do you do? It's your boy DJ Switch, and I want to say my favorite piece of technology is my computer. I use it actually for my DJing, and I take it everywhere. So my DJing, my work, everything's on there. So I would say my best piece of technology is my MacBook Pro. So yeah.
It is a SABC network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Welcome back. Now, Apple has admitted to slowing down older iPhones, and a robot DJ in the Czech Republic gets a clubber lit. These are some of the top tech stories that made headlines in the last week.
Apple Inc. made headlines in the last week after admitting to slowing down older iPhones with aging batteries. The US tech giant said a software feature released last year makes the phones work more slowly to counteract problems with the lithium-ion battery, including unexpected shutdowns. Apple explained that a battery in poor or cold conditions may not be able to supply the required maximum current demanded by the phone's processor at full speed, and the iPhone can shut down unexpectedly to protect internal components. The company last year released a feature on the iPhone 6, 6S and SE during a software update to smooth out the instantaneous peaks only when needed to prevent the device from unexpectedly shutting down. Apple has not explained how it will fix the problem of iPhones slowing down when upgrading software. Now off we go to China. Shanghai-based smart car developer NextEV recently launched its electric SUV model NIO ES8, arousing discussions about whether it will be China's first mass production car from an internet company. According to the company, which is considered by some to be China's Tesla, the 7-seater NIO ES8 can accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 4.4 seconds, compared to the 4.9 seconds of Tesla's Model X.
People tend to compare the NIO with other brands in physical terms. But in fact, the car itself is only a very small part of an integrated system comprising the software system, the cloud, the internet, and consumer service. What makes NIO special is that it's an internet product. We are designing a whole system based around consumer satisfaction. The products may seem similar to our rivals, but our business model is brand new.
The car also features an artificial intelligence system called Nomi that regulates the temperature, plays music based on voice requests, and can even take photos. And now in Czech Republic, Robot DJ puts the tech into techno for Czech clubbers. It is a question that Prague's Karlovy Vary Music Club has endeavored to answer by employing a specially adapted former automotive industry robot as a DJ in the popular night spot. Equipped with special software to help it choose songs and mounted on a stage above the club's dance floor, the robot selects discs from nearby racks and puts them into one of the 3 music players in front of it. It can scratch records and also dances. While some clubbers enjoyed the robot's musical efforts, others remained unconvinced.
The robot is very cool. I never thought that it's possible like this. I saw it the first time and I like it very much.
I don't like the robot because it can't feel what people want to dance to. There's no emotion behind the music. When there's a real person, he knows what the vibe is like.
This week, our Twitter poll has been asking if you think smartphone companies create methods for people to buy newer versions of their devices. Now, 72% of respondents say yes. That's an overwhelming first place. 11% of the people say no, that's in last place. And there is 17% of respondents who say people have choices. And that's all we have for you. Find us on SABC Network. That's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. News Network at sabc.co.za on email. We leave you with visuals of a robot DJ spinning the decks. From me and the rest of the network team, have a good one and Happy New Year.